Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable with yourself and be vulnerable with other people. I'm gonna say that right now because a lot of times that's honestly probably not what you thought they was gonna start off with. We're not just gonna sit here and act like the only emotions when it comes to men, especially, is to be aggressive, to be big with people, to be, try to act like we tougher than this person. You're not tougher than this person. You don't gotta be tougher than this person. Because what's really tough, what's really real to somebody, what's real manly to me, anyways, is being vulnerable. I done never looked at somebody that was like all big and bad and almighty and all tough guy act. I've never looked at that one time and been like, oh yeah, he the shit. That's a real man right there. Like I got, like I gotta stand down to that person. I don't care personally. I honestly don't give a fuck who you are. I don't. I don't care how many people you might have hurt. I don't care about how big your muscles. I don't care what weapons you might possess. Truthfully, truthfully, if you act like you could never be vulnerable with a single person, you already told me what I need to know. You don't even understand. You don't even understand yourself that much. So how you gonna call yourself a man when you don't even know you? You don't know what a man is because you hadn't even looked at yourself aside from like that. Aside from like, oh yeah, I'm tougher than this person. I'm real than this person. This person can't mess with me. He know what it is. If that's the only way you know how to act, I don't. It's like you're not impressing nobody. But people gonna try to do that. People gotta put on this persona and this facade to other people. Like, well, me being tough at the time is just gonna make people respect you, make people fear me, make people wanna, make women wanna come to me. Truthfully, no, like you gotta be vulnerable. And the main person that's probably gonna want you to be involved. It depends, honestly, because we would like to be vulnerable with women, but I'm gonna keep it stacked. Sometimes us trying to be vulnerable with them don't go the right way, but honestly, it don't even matter. I've only been vulnerable with a woman a few times. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I've tried to, but the most real time I've been vulnerable with somebody and got like, the reciprocation off of that, and I mean reciprocation is with men, real men though. Because I'm be honest, like sometimes girls don't even know what to do with that kind of information. But as a man, and then when you understand other men and you understand yourself, yeah, different. And that's another thing too about women. It's like I'm be honest with you, like honestly, I feel like men tend to be more sensitive than women. If we be real honest about it, how many times have you sat up all night thinking about a girl, even if it's been months past a relationship, you still had her in the back of your mind, or you just thought about texting her, you thought about going to her in person, drive to her house. I don't heard more stories about a dude pulling up on a girl and pulling his eyes out, heart breaking over a girl more times than I would heard like a girl about it. Or she claimed to be like that. But I heard about it before you know it, she in another dude's bed. So it's just like, how were you really that hurt? What did that really mess you up all that much? Did you really care all that much? But when it comes to a dude, it's like we know how it feel though. We know how it feel, and that's what I mean. Because aggression isn't the only emotion that you possess. It ain't. You don't felt real heartbreak at times. You don't felt some real pain at times, and that pain ends up with molds you sometimes into trying to act all big and bad. But deep down, you feel that. You feel that, and you could be that. You could be that little boy inside. You could be that vulnerable kid inside. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody try to paint a picture of this, there's something wrong with that. They not the real man. If that's you that's trying to paint a picture of, oh, that's not okay, you're not a real man. Because a real man ain't never gonna have nothing bad to say about someone being vulnerable. That's just what it is. And with those emotions, since guys tend to be the more logical ones, right? You have to understand how to balance the logic between emotions, right? Because on some occasions we do have to try to be logical about everything, but not everything requires logic. You know, say for example, someone's trying to confide in you and they tell you real problems. Now, problems do come with solutions, yeah, but sometimes all problems need is a room to breathe and feel understood, and then the solution's gonna come. You don't gotta provide a solution right then and there. Let them feel it. Let them understand what it is that's really hurt them deep inside. I could be telling you all this stuff that's going on with my life, blah 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 blah. But I don't need a logical answer all the time. I just need, I need you to emotionally understand what I'm trying to put down for you, right? Or on top of that, it's like as men, we don't want to be, we don't want people to come for us only for like what we could inform them about, what we could teach them. We don't want to be teaching people all the time. We want to be, you know how you are emotionally. You can come to me about the emotional stuff. You don't gotta ask me what this means or how you could do this. Like nah, like confide in me. What is it? I can be emotional too, but as men, it's like you have to provide the same way some people to be like vulnerable. You want to be vulnerable, but you also want to go to somebody that understands you emotionally. And as a man, you wanna do that because I'm saying right now, sometimes y'all don't be doing that. And that's what might make a woman or a girl whoever feel as though they can't go to you because you don't even know emotionally how to feel. But you do. You just gotta understand it a little bit more because we be so tapped out of that side of us to where it's like we don't really know what we talking about. So when it come down to trying to break it down, try to talk about it to a woman, we be saying, I don't know. You know how it feel, but you just haven't been able to talk about it enough for enough people, and fucking enough people are gonna understand you to where it feels normal. It just feels like a foreign thing. That little pain in your heart, it feel random, but you done felt it so many times. So for you to have felt something so many times, how don't you don't understand how to explain it? It's because people don't allow the room to explain. They don't allow the room to talk about it, to talk about how you feel. They just gotta break it down, logically speaking. Like, oh yeah, it's because of this, because of that. You know what you should be doing? You should be doing this. It's like you don't need a logical answer for everything. Now you don't. Third, the third main thing that's gonna help you be a real man, you gotta respect women. That's all it is. And you might not feel as though you gotta respect all of them because some of them might did you dirty. But it's like regardless of what it is, it's like you got a wife at home. Or I mean you got a mom, you got somebody, you got a woman in your life, you got a sister at home. You might have a daughter in your life. So it's like to know that regardless of what your life consists of, you got a woman in there somewhere, or you might end up having a woman in there somewhere. So how are you not going to respect them? Or you don't want to be one of those people that be selective about it. There's no such thing as selective respect and selective do this, do that. No, no, no. If you're gonna do it here, do it everywhere. Stand on that. Stand on that. Right. And that's gonna be the next part. We're not gonna get into that yet though. But right, what I mean is that it's like if I have a woman at home, right? I know people believe this idea of like, oh, my partner is only gonna respect me. They're gonna be stink with everybody else. I'm not like that. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not like that. For shit, no. If I go out somewhere and I'm holding the door open, if it's a dude, I'm holding the door open. If it's a girl, I'm not just gonna slam the door because I got a girl at home. No, I'm gonna hold the door open. If I see a girl out in public in need or she asks something, just because I got a woman at home, don't mean I'm gonna stop that. No, I'm gonna be respectful, and you should be respectful. Treat them with kindness, be polite. It don't matter if to you a vast majority of them don't be doing that in return. A lot of them don't respect men. It's like regardless, like it's still your duty to be respectful of them and be there for them because they gonna need you and you gonna need them. So be respectful, play your part. Do what you gotta do. Like I said, you have a mom at home. You might have a daughter. You gotta be respectful, right? Nowadays, people don't got way too comfortable just disrespecting women, throwing around, calling them bitches and shit. Some of them don't like being called females. I was one of the people that called them females. I step away from that because they don't like that. They take it differently. We don't look at it like they taking it, but that's how they taking it. You gotta respect that. If someone calling you out of your name and you don't appreciate that, what you gonna do? Or what would you like them to do? You would like them to call you by your name. That's just be respectful about it. And it's like you don't want to be out there objectifying women. You don't want to be out there treating them as if they nothing, and speaking on them like in a very low, demeaning manner, diminishing manner, and as if they just like nothing important at all. And like I said, like it don't really matter too much. Like if you've been in a predicament to where it's like you felt like they ain't this. I know we've been there. We all been there where it's like we don't met that one girl that just made us be like, fuck all of them. Like, hell nah, she done did me crazy. And you want me to respect someone else? And most of them just might be like her. I'm not doing that. I done been there. I done got carried over a girl on a few times, not physical or nothing, but like she done really made me get frustrated because like you gonna disrespect me like that. That's how you coming. At the same time, it's like it don't matter though. I still gotta respect the next woman, and even then, I've been grown to be able to respect them as well. Again, even after the words that we exchanged, I've said things on my behalf too, but I still gotta be respectful of it. It's just something that you gotta do. You don't gotta like, and on top of that, there's a difference between trust and respect. I feel like trust is given, but you obviously gotta earn. No, trust is earned, but you can give respect. You don't gotta earn respect all that much. You just give it. But then when you feel like you don't have to, when you feel like they might disrespect you, that's when you decide to pull back. But by default, trust people, respect people, give people what they deserve. Like my most recent ex, for example, is like She done did stuff that I felt was disrespectful to me, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out how much I want to be respectful of her. But like deep down, it's like I'm not gonna disrespect you by any means. I would hope not to. I mean not to. I would try not to. For example, like when I had to get her stuff out of here where I live and whatnot, I could have decided to be disrespectful as possible, throw all that shit out, even the box of stuff that was very meaningful to her. I'm telling you, okay, it crossed my mind. I'm thinking like, you know what, like, yeah, I'm gonna toss it out. Or if she takes too long to get it, I'm gonna toss it out. I never did it though. That ain't me. But on top of that, it shouldn't be me. My brain shouldn't be trying to like direct itself towards the disrespectful route. And I'm not saying that to gain brownie points. I'm not acting like what I did to gain brownie points. But it's just like it's something that should just be, it's just something that should be done. And like I said, God spoiled it a little too early. But you get a fourth part of this, it's just gonna be for, like, stand on what you believe and stand on what you say. Because to be one of the biggest things that's gonna like really show me about you is if you have a backbone. You have to have a backbone, especially as a man. Because the last thing people want to do, like people try to stand by men all the time. Men are liars. Men are this. Men are that. You don't want to be labeled as something that you're not, or you don't want to be. You don't want to tell somebody something and their first reaction is, like, is he dead ass? Like, he ain't dead ass. He don't mean that shit. He not gonna stand on that. He gonna talk all this blah blah blah, and he not gonna do it. So I don't care what he's talking about. You don't want to be that person to where they chalk up what you say and just some fabricated bullshit. So you gotta stand on it, and then you gotta prove that what you saying. You gotta stand on that. People don't like talkers. People like doers. You gotta be a doer, right? So if you say something gonna happen, if you say you're gonna do something, stand on what you're gonna do, but you have to do that because I'm like I said, it's something that just bothers me. It don't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's like you don't say something that you can't. Don't say nothing that you don't believe that you just can't stand on that. You're gonna piss me off every time with that because don't if you ain't mean if you was gonna do it, why you say it at all? Because now you got me thinking like, all right, bet, like, all right, I'm gonna see you do it. I'm gonna hold you to that, and it don't get done. It don't happen. But now in the future, it's like when you try to tell me something, I don't care no more. I don't. Because you done told me this woman, you done told me this once before, and I'll listen. And then you ain't doing anything about it. So then when you try to come back and say it all over again, it's like, I don't give a fuck. You ain't do it the first time, so why would I believe you now? Shit ain't gonna happen. Then the last one, might come up for the best surprise. Don't let anybody determine who you are. So you could take that for the video too. Whatever. All the things I just said, you could do the opposite. And to you, you still gonna be a real man. I'm gonna tell you that you aren't if you don't listen to what I say. But like I said, don't let somebody else determine that who you are. People have different definitions for things all the time. So if to you being a real man, something else, then that's just what it is, right? There's real men out there that do cry. There's real men out there that don't. Some real men are funny. Some real men act like they can't take a joke and don't joke around. Right? So it's like this if it's real to you, it's real to you. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, like, certain stuff just ain't real, and if you believe it is, then you wrong, and that's just what it is. But if you believe that what I'm saying is wrong, and once again, that's just what it is. We don't gotta agree on everything, so it's just like don't let somebody else tell you what you aren't. Cause all the time people gonna tell you like, oh, you're not a real man, you're not this, you're not that, that's not you, whatever, whatever, whatever. But it's like deep down, it's like you might have been through real shit. So what makes you real? Going through the real shit, or how you become after the fact? You know what I mean? So it's just like, let us know. Let us know what makes you feel like you were real. Because you've been through a bunch of real shit, or because what you've been through allowed you to be this person that majority of people ain't. I'm telling you right now, a lot of people ain't real. So, but they probably the same people that ain't real walking around right now. I think that they is on the whole time they not, because they doing cornball stuff that ain't something that a real man should be doing. Cause like I said, it's cornball. It's cornball, but they don't see it like that. So it's like, okay. And like I said, they may see me as cornball. So hey, it's a neutral feeling. I can't tell you who you is. You can't tell me who I'm is. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But that's gonna be all for this video. So take it as you will, and if it's helped you improve and kind of see it differently, cool. If it's helped you kind of reinforce your already understanding of what makes you who you are, cool. And if you just decide not to take any of what I said into account, well then, fuck off. Do what you want to do. I don't care. It's like, if it's real for you, it's real for you. That's it. Hey.